Hi everyone, it's Kesma Plus YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Now, due to this week being a bye, I'm going to do a mid-season review for Carlton. Honestly, if you're returning Magpies, welcome back to another video on my channel. And if you're new to the channel and watching this for the first time, welcome. Now, pre-season and season predictions. Right, I had Carlton in the 8. I honestly did. The teams that they've lost to. Alright. And it really frustrates me because sometimes you pick Carlton to beat Sydney. Melbourne, that they would have probably expected to beat Collingwood at some stage, and I picked and also against Richmond as well. Then media, the people behind the scenes, they said, Kane Little and the rest of them said we're going to play finals this year. Okay, so they brought in two players. Well, apart from Lockie Fogarty, right? Sergeant Williams. Now, I'll be honest, and I'll say this, like, I don't care if there's any swearing. I think the truth has to hit the nail on the head on this one. But Sard doesn't do much except for his run and carry game, right? You make Sard defend, and that's it. You look at a team like Essendon, right? 9th on the ladder. And that team that surprised me. Really did. I had them probably bottom 6 on my prediction. But I look at the difference when Essendon had Sard. Their game plan was to run and carry. Through half back. That didn't work. They're trying to play the Richmond way. It didn't work much last year. Obviously, consistent levels as well. And when you play against Sard, it seems like to me he just wants to run. He just wants to run, attack the ball, have a couple bounces and kick long. He's an attacking defender. He doesn't play on the man. He doesn't come off and help out like third man up in a marking contest. And even Zach Williams the same. He's not a midfielder. He's a halfback flanker. So, am I thinking that Carlton are appalled at this point? Because they even said that they were going to play finals. Their fans said the same thing. We're going to play finals. You know, we're going to come out, we're going to beat Collingwood, we're going to beat Richmond. Hell, we're going to fucking beat West Coast and Sydney. Now, they lost by 25 points less against the teams from last year that either were top 8 or they're in the top 8 this year. Now, Carlton used to dominate against Richmond before Richmond finally got on top and started winning. 2013 was the fucking last time that they won at the MCG. Probably at that point, you know, you're thinking now that they're delusional. But you got players like Patrick Cripps who no doubt tries hard, but he's doing it too much. Like, he likes to try and take the game on and try and carry this team. With Walsh is another youngster who fights. Now, I saw it 3/4 time, and I seen Williams. I've seen Walsh fighting with the West Coast Eagles playing Elliot Yeo. But then you see nobody from Carlton backing him up. When a Carlton player got injured that was on the ground, they didn't even stop and check up on him. Even Harry Mackay, who's their key forward at this point, who I think tries his heart out. Like, he's inconsistent in front of goals. They've got a guy like Eddie Betts, who, when it comes to Indigenous rounds, he pulls on that. He's out the prime of his career. I don't know why they're playing him this year. I would have not played him. I reckon he should have got dropped as well. But Teague knows Betts, his friends. So you're not making a statement on that, on Betts, but you made a statement on Murphy, and you drop him, and you're thinking you put him as a medical sub. Now, he didn't like that. Right, he wants to play 300 games. But is this club, all they do is they care about playing players like Sard, Williams, Betts, as well? Murphy? Are they fucking kidding me? I don't see Williams playing on the man. I don't see Williams doing well as a good halfback flanker who can play on the man and help out. The same with Doherty and all the rest. Now, the leadership group as well, I've got question marks on them. I really do. I don't think Carlton will do well this year. At the moment, the way they look like they don't look like playing finals. And one of their supporters on the blue board said, well, if Adelaide Collingwood win next week, we'll go down to 16. Let that sink in. Can't remember who it was, but whoever did say that, I think they're spot on. I don't think Carlton care about the fans. I don't think they care about what they need to do in this team. Because I look at Carlton, I'm thinking they're going to be top 8. Okay, and the reason why, and hear me out for this one. If they can reduce the 5-goal deficits, that would help their structure. Right? We all knew that. Knew that going in. But to say that, they're going to play finals, they're 4-8, they're still going to make it. Well, I'll tell you what, they're going to make finals. And I think the board is so fucking useless. The whole lot of them, the coaching staff. You got Luke Powell there, who's a premiership player for the Brisbane Lions. You have Walker Mark Williams. He's a premiership coach for Port Adelaide, and he's helping out Melbourne. Now, where the fuck are Melbourne on now? On top 2 on the ladder. Why? Because they're getting a guy like Mark Williams in. And I don't see fucking Carlton getting some winners to help out Teague. Now, you put guys like fucking Stocker on Liam Ryan. Why? You look at Collingwood at the moment, they're putting players maybe out of position, but some of these players that we've got, you can put them out half back, you can put Cripps in the middle, Jack Cripps in the middle to help us out. And you can put Pendlebury in the half-back flank and have him in some centre bounces. Because that's helping out the team. You know, you got Darcy Moore in defence where he plays his best position. But you're playing guys like Stocker on Liam Ryan. He's getting killed. Now, if he gets dropped, I swear, Carlton are a bunch of useless flogs. So they're thinking that it's going to be fucking okay. Dropping Stock up, we're not going to drop Murphy. Now, Murphy's shit against the top 8 teams. He doesn't perform well. I know he's Blue Board's favourite as well, player. Oh, look, I get that. But there's no winning in that culture. They're all happy with themselves. They're all happy that, oh, you know, it's okay. Eddie Betts had a one-hand pick up and kick the goal on the boundary line against Sydney Swans. We're happy with that. Oh, it's good to see that fucking Buddy Franklin, you know, perform well on Indigenous round. You know, it was a great matchup. And sometimes I can be critical of Bucks for not making that change as well. It might be too late. Like for sticking Darcy Moore in the forward line where I would have had him in defence. Alright, I can be critical of that. And because you want to persist with it. Okay, I get that. Like I fucking do. But poor Stocker, he's going to be out of the team. And he's not going to be happy. He's going to be fucking sad. He's going to have to play in the VFL, if not a practice match, to try and get in that team. And I feel for him. "16 disposals, 94% disposal efficiency on 93. Wherever the case is. To me, that's a fucking, you know, good kicking game as well. To me, he's shown enough. Yeah, you know, he got. When it came to Liam Ryan, he's a good player, that sort of stuff. I have to watch Teague's press conference, and if I hear that he's actually saying about Liam Ryan, oh, that was a real good mark of the year, then when is he going to take responsibility for this fucking club? When is he? Guys like Blue Abroad, My Blue Heaven, Pominos, they work their asses off for this fucking club. And look, I have banter with them when it comes. I have banter with Blue Abroad and Pominos when it comes to Collingwood, Carlton, right? Sweet Luke and I as well. We tend to, have big banter with the Carlton fans because we all know that Collingwood's going to beat Carlton. And sometimes even the Carlton fans I work with, we're still higher than you on the ladder. We got we're going to be top 18 because we got Sardan Williams. Guys, you're fucking delusional. To the people that say out there, and they say, oh, we got Sardan Williams, we're going to be top 8. Then you're delusional. You are fucking delusional. Because you don't know. You go by one fucking good game that Williams has. And the banter was, Collingwood cheated. Well, their response was, Collingwood cheated. Oh, remember what Williams did in the 2019 grand final, blah, blah, blah. In a prelim final. That prelim, he played well, and we don't tag him. Right? But I'll tell you what. I'll say this. Williams is a halfback flanker. He's played one good game. He's overrated. Playing Williams as a halfback flanker, which means it shows you that at least you can get some drive out of it. Now you can play Doherty on like a Liam Ryan type if you have to, or you played Adam's side. Now Adam's side is overrated. I said the same thing about Brent Harvey. I did. I think Brent Harvey's overrated. Guys like them are just happy to be gifted games. Now, I'm probably going to cop some comments right about now. Just hearing me talk about Carlton. That, oh, you're just a Collingwood supporter. What do I know about Carlton? What I know about Carlton is back in the days, in the 70s and 80s, they were playing in grand finals and winning premierships against us. And against like Richmond as well. The last premiership, Geelong, 95. The last grand final was 99. But they lost to North Melbourne. They snuck in by a point when Essendon was the best team all year. Alright? And Essendon lost one game for the year. That was against the Western Bulldogs. And since then they've gone in and they go, right, this is the type of game that we need to kick in the arse. They went on and won the premiership. And as we know, Brisbane Lions won 3 in a row before. They lost to Port Adelaide. Right. And then the cliff started to fall because when you win that many grand finals, eventually, with an older list, you don't normally play players that are sore. But with Carlton, I think they're too arrogant for their own good. I think that. Why I think that is because I think that they think that we can win 20 that we play our way, we win. Sard's gonna run right through every team in the competition. But we know that ain't happening. The only thing that you stop Carlton from running off the halfback flank is by pressuring them. Keeping that ball in the forward line. On what we did, I think it was like 22, 24 points in the end. And Richmond lost to Carlton by a few, like 24, 22. Okay, they showed something, but they fall short. And you're thinking, okay, they can match against the top 8 teams, but they can't beat them. Teams like Port, there's the same shit. So I'm thinking, and against Melbourne they were poor as well. Port Adelaide they were really poor as well, and they'll probably luck in the end. But West Coast should have won by a lot more. Like Carlton's back kicking kept them in the game. But the West Coast missing, like West Coast aren't a great last quarter team. And you're thinking, okay, well, if we start well in this last quarter, Ash will feel something like, you know what, West Coast got cocky, thinking, oh, it's okay, they've got it in the bag. You show something you can actually win. But I think the mental and physical capability of Carlton is the games that they go out, are they thinking, oh, it's okay, West Coast has got 14 of the best 22 out, we've got this. If they are thinking that, if they are fucking thinking that, then that's pathetic. It's really pathetic. And I like to see Carlton do well. You know why? Because it actually makes me want to hate them. And sort of get jealous because they're having success in playing finals. And if we weren't, it's something that you want to pride yourself on. the way at the moment. But I see a lot of times Carlton play, especially against Sydney. You see Eddie Betts kicking a couple goals. Does he help out in the midfield? Does he go back to half back, try and help out? You know, the same niceness that David Teague is, where he doesn't physically give these guys a bathing. And I think he got her. Because this group needs it. This group needs a kick in the arse. And I think if you're too nice to this team, then they're not going to play the ruthless aggression. Where's this team? Right, West Coast targeted Cripps. They tackled him, they bumped him, they physically hurt him, and he was sore. No Carlton player helped out. When she'd had a sore shoulder, in a way, you would have thought Carlton players can target that. They go, right, we're going to wrap you up. We're going to hurt you in that shoulder. We're going to make sure that you come off, that it's that sore that you can't come back on. Like the Nick Rewright situation. I know, it's a bit different and probably not a great look. But as a team, when you see a wounded animal, the other animals attack that. And they do. But you don't see that in Carlton the way they play. So the game's coming up. I know they've got us again, and I know they got the Giants, but they're not guaranteeing that they're going to beat the Giants. And I'll tell you why. The Giants are going to try and keep up their form, and they might just drop away. But you see how they play, and you see guys like Shane Mumford, who when he plays, he goes right through you. He hurts you. So if he's got that presence as a 34, 35-year-old, whatever how old he is, as a part-timer and probably not expected to play 10 games or anything, then who's that play for Carlton? And I just don't see it. I think Teague is a flog, and I think he's a cunt as well. The attitude of David Teague as a coach, where, I'm really excited on what this team's going to build, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to coach Carlton, nobody else. That just shows you the attitude. Is he a premiership coach from anywhere else? Does he have a winning background? No. But West Coast won the premiership in 2018. And Eddie Betts knew David Teague from Adelaide. So that's a well-known fact. But they are gifting games to Mark Murphy. Reach 300. We'll give you 300 games. We'll drop you, but we'll play you as a medical sub. There's no statements anymore. There's no statements to what they can do with him. I would drop Murphy next week. I would put them on the training track. During their bye, right, give them a couple days off. I get them back on the training track and I want to hurt them. If I were David Teague, I'll give them the physical edge that they need. Because you look at teams like Richmond, brain, pressure, tackle. You don't see that from Carlton. You don't. Pominor says in his preview, West Coast like to short kicks into the middle of the ground, and they did that. And Carlton did nothing about it. It was like a training drill. Now, West Coast should have won West Coast should have won by a lot more, but they didn't. Because instead of trying to kick 100 points and embarrass Carlton, 14 guys out, if West Coast people thought, hey, if we can't beat a team like Carlton, with the injured with the players that were out, then it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Because that just proves, every team can beat fucking Carlton, but no one else can. Now, the teams that they've won against, and I'll go through that. Fremantle, they won easily. The Gold Coast Suns, they just beat them. And I know we lost against them as well. Hawthorn's another one that they beat. And there's one more on top of that. I can't remember. Four and 8. And that's just telling you that the teams that they've been. Congratulations, they beat Hawthorn. Alright, that's the type of game that you got to win. Because Hawthorn have been Carlton up so many times. Tick. But to lose against Richmond, Collingwood, Melbourne, Port Adelaide, Sydney, West Coast, on top of that, Bulldogs, and there's another good team too. So, Richmond, Collingwood, Port Adelaide, West Coast, Sydney, Bulldogs, Melbourne, and there's another one too that they lost by. I'm shocked. It will come to me. It will come to me. But to win against the shit teams, because I don't think they played St Kilda yet. They just don't perform. They just don't perform against the teams that they probably should. And I know this is embarrassing and probably talking about it now, and I'm thinking, what are they going to do? I don't see it. I really don't. But out of the 12 teams that they've played, I don't know what else to do. I don't back for the club, but it's time that Carlton show something. And look, let me know who they won against as well, and who else they lost. But those teams in particular, don't think they played Geelong. But sad day for Carlton. Alright. So that's the end of my video of my review of Carlton. It's hurting. It does hurt the Carlton fans. Because as much as I bag the shit out of them, And I say they play like a bunch of girls because of the women's team. Just shows you, doesn't it? Look, Carlton fans, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. I'll have a look on who else they lost by and who they won, because I know that they beat Hawthorn by 22 points. I don't think they played Adelaide. They haven't played North. But like, comment, and subscribe. It means the world to me. Mid-season review for Carlton, really. At this stage, I can't see Carlton going up the ladder. I really can't. They've got a couple of top 8 teams that they got to play against. So Port Adelaide's another one as well. But I think they got to play St Kilda. And the way that St Kilda played as well, might be put on its head. Till next time, go the Pies. Look, I will do a review of Collingwood season as well. And there's going to be some hard truths on this as well. Where I just show the same passion as this. Because, you know what? The AFL would not let Carlton fold on this. Don't worry. They want to see Carlton successful. But, in my opinion, I don't think they will be. Now, for the other players, I think Harry Mackay will leave. You heard it first, Harry Mackay will leave Carlton. And I think so will either Welsh or Cripps, to be honest. They haven't signed. And I don't think they've seen the improvement compared to, I think, what West Coast have. Because, well, what would you go to a club? And I think Kane Corns is right. You go to a club with a winning record of what, 20-something% or 32%, whatever it is. It's not a good look. It ain't a good look. And I think with guys like for Harry Mackay, he's the lone man up in that forward line. And I think with that as well, something needs to change. Fans are calling for David Teague to be sacked. I think that might happen, actually. Whenever they say, a week out, the coach is the right man for the job, I don't think then they tend to sack him. But there's no defence on Carlton. That's the thing. And their league goals. With Collingwood, at least we keep teams to a low total. And if it becomes a shootout, I think that we're fucked in either way off that. But it doesn't look good for Carlton's point of view. It really doesn't. Carlton fans, if you're watching this, comment. Please do. Tell me what you think. This is a discussion at the moment because I know a lot of Carlton fans are hurting today. And even yesterday. On how much that they do. And I thought the way that Collingwood treated the players were poor, but Carlton they don't have the balls to make that tough calls. They really don't. So you're always going to get that inconsistency. But till next time, as I say, go the Pies. Definitely, I had Carlton 8th. That's one team I don't have to worry now. Look, it's all a matter of when. I honestly thought they were going to make finals because the club told us, and what I mean us is the AFL community and the public, that they're going to play finals. They got Sarton Williams. They're the ones who are going to lead them into the 8. But in hindsight, it's not going to happen. And Sarton wants to play in finals. He's playing in 2018 or 2019, I think in 2017 as well. The Essendon made finals. And he wants success, and he's thinking Carlton used that team. But they got some tough calls. Eddie Betts, Mark Murphy. I think if I were those two, if I were the club, I'd get rid of them. Simple as that. But you know what? I'm on the outside. Same thing with Collingwood. As well. I don't know who they're going to get rid of. I'm on the outside of Collingwood. I don't always know what's happening, but I'm just trying to think how the club thinks, and that's all I do. You know, I do this because I love doing it. I love talking about footy as well. I'm a big AFL fan, but I'm out. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't keep doing this with Carlton. Like, I can't pick them anymore until they start showing me something. And when they win, you think, oh yeah, they're going to win this week. But, no. Can't trust them this week. Can't trust them next week. Alright, guys. Bye.